ladies and gentlemen, right now there is no difference between my state of Victoria or 1930s Nazi Germany. Apart from the death camps and gas chambers, of course, but the way it's going, who knows, that'll probably come.
Paul, they sign off again. That just
listen to this.
For 6 months, it could happen to you again. So hopefully, middle of September it'll be all right. Back into September you'll be out. But then they don't say whether it's 6 cases or 60 cases over 30 days before your business gets flattened again.
Yeah, we keep talking, roadmaps, sick of hearing the word. You mentioned a lot of things, Paul, and I thought you were fantastic there. The word democracy, it's definitely not a democratic state here at the moment. I walked out of the supermarket this afternoon, and I don't like going to College Woods. I try to, when I can, support the local, greengrocer or local delicatessen where I can. It was a nightclub. It was a bloody nightclub at Coles. You can go to Coles and touch every bloody mushroom, tomato, onion. You can't go to a pub or a restaurant or a cafe. Turn it up. Enough's enough. Now he's going to come out on Sunday with his press conference. Ruin our Father's Day. Pick another day. You know what you're going to say. Why wait till Sunday? We've got better things to do. We want to be with our families. We want to be with our kids on Sunday. We're going to have to listen to this rot again.
Our government devastating businesses, destroying lives over a fake pandemic. Our authoritarian Nazi Germany style government. See that anguish in that man's voice? He's having his business, he's having his life destroyed. But as he's saying, you can go to a supermarket or a big box store, touch the tomatoes, touch the mushrooms, touch the cough, sneeze, do whatever you like in the supermarket, but real people's businesses, mum and dad stores, mum and pop shops, hospitality industry is being destroyed and lives are being devastated, and 20 times more people will be committing suicide than were ever supposedly killed by this fake scamdemic. This is an absolute disgrace. An absolute disgrace. And I feel sorry for that man and everyone like him. I cannot describe the
absolutely horrified by that video. The video of a pregnant woman in her own home, in front of her children, on her way to an ultrasound, being arrested and handcuffed by masked police officers. This is a national day of shame. Victoria, you stand condemned in the eyes of the world. I don't care what your emergency laws are. I don't care what your lockdown special police think that they are doing. To arrest a pregnant woman for merely putting online her opinion and her desire to protest against the lockdown. We supposedly live in a free society. I'm horrified by this. I am calling on behalf of the woman and her family. I'm saying to Scott Morrison, enough is enough. Step in now. Boot this clown Andrews out of the National Cabinet and tell the Victorians they're getting no more GST, they're getting no more Commonwealth funds until they stop this madness. Open the borders, which is illegal. It is against the Constitution for you to have your borders shut. Same goes for Queensland. It is against the federal constitution. Scott Morrison, show some bloody leadership. Finally stand up and say we are not going to have pregnant women arrested in their own homes for posting online a legitimate political point of view, particularly, but not exclusively, when they're on their way to an ultrasound, Andrew. I am horrified on behalf of so many people across Australia.
There you go. I can't say it any better myself. You can't even post about a protest, a supposed protest, without getting arrested or the threat of getting arrested. This is communist China. This is North Korea. In fact, it may even be worse than those two countries. I never thought I'd say this, but I'd rather be in Trudeau land, Canada, than where I am at the moment. This is an absolute disgrace. The Prime Minister needs to condemn the Victorian Premier, show some bloody leadership. Our borders are shut. We've just hit recession. Our economy's contracted by 8%. Our borders are shut, which is illegal under, I believe it's section 91 of the Australian Constitution. You can't shut borders. You can't restrict interstate commerce. That's illegal. And we've got Gestapo police marching into pregnant women's homes, handcuffing them and arresting them in front of their children. This is an absolute disgrace, and I'm prepared to say this. I don't care what political ideology you are. If you agree with this, you've never agreed with the founding principles of Australia, and get the fuck out of my country and get the fuck out of my state. This is an absolute disgrace, and if you see this going on and you don't stand up against this, what the hell are you here for? And a message to Premier Daniel Andrews: I didn't see communism on the ballot in the last election. I didn't see our state turning into a communist authoritarian regime on a referendum ballot. And to those police out there that don't like what they're doing, that don't like what's happening to this state, that don't like what's happening to this country, stand up against us. Stand up against us. Stand with us against this tyranny. I know you're ordered to do this by the police commissioner, and I know you're ordered to do this by a premier, but make a stand with us. And patriots around the world, I thank you for calling attention to this. I thank you for standing for Australia and our state of Victoria. We need all your prayers and support. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out.